What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, it is appreciated, and as you can tell, we are still at SEMA. It is currently SEMA day 2. We are starting the day a little bit later today. We woke up about 8 o'clock or so today, which SEMA starts about 8:30.
We woke up at 8. Corey didn't wake up till like 12.
Which honestly we needed just from the first day of being up at 5 in the morning, driving 8 hours, getting here at 12. And then last night, me and Jonathan both stayed up till about 3 a.m. just editing videos to try and keep daily uploads coming out for you guys. So please hit the subscribe button, make sure you're watching the video, showing any love or movement on those really helps because we are pushing to keep content coming out for you guys. First haul that we're checking out immediately has an R34 and an S15. Chilling right here. Love to see it. Yesterday I talked about which color is my favorite color for Skylines, which of course is Bayside Blue, but honestly R34s, R33s, R32s look good in every single color. Same thing with S15s because I am not a yellow person and this still looks really good. And now we're in the Fast and the Furious booth area, I guess. There's Han's car, which definitely going to go and see that as it's a Datsun. Then we have this Liberty Walk R35 with like a similar livery, Paul's R34, and then there's Toretto's car over there. Liberty Walk isn't my favorite kit when it comes to these cars, but it's always interesting to see just how crazy the kit actually is, with the fenders being like that and everything. Again, it's not my taste, but it reminds me of like very Japanese Bosozoku builds. So I know that he's owned a Datsun for a while and like he loves Datsuns. Hopefully one day I'll be able to have my Datsun here and then get his opinion on it, but to see his actual car here is really cool to see. I guess he was here yesterday doing a signing, and I told Jonathan even before we came that he was one of the people that I wanted to meet if possible. Unfortunately, we didn't know he was here at that time, so he didn't make it, but hopefully we'll see him walking around. That's the thing about SEMA is you'll just kind of see people from time to time and stuff like we did with Dustin yesterday and a bunch of other people. Then we have the Red Bull F1 car here, which is awesome to see. When we were here 2 years ago, it was when they were setting up for the race, so we actually saw them like set some of the cars up on the strip. Was really cool, but it's always amazing to see these cars up close, just to see like the ingenuity and how different these cars are from like everyday street cars. I'm not sure if this is the same Liberty Walk RX-7 that they had last year. The one last year was is the same color green, but it was all green, not the green and white. But absolutely love RX-7s. Again, Liberty Walk's an interesting builder when it comes with their kits because it's very aerodynamic and they seem like they would be built more for a car that was like on the track or, you know, actually racing rather than like show cars. But most people put wide body kits on show cars, so it's just definitely a different look to what I think we're used to seeing with like Pandem and the other wide body kits like that. Me and Jonathan went a little out of the way to a wrap brand that we saw kind of just in the corner with nobody really around it. They actually have a really good selection of colors, like from people that have wrapped and everything before. Their color, like the amount of colors that they have.
Swatch books are like this thin and there's like 30 colors. I'm not kidding. I picked up one and it said B out of D and it was like this big, and I only went through a handful of colors, but they were some of the prettiest colors I've seen on for wrap.
They're really good colors, and hopefully maybe we can get one of their really nice colors for the 280ZX or for the Z if I decide to wrap it again instead of painting it. I'm really starting to like this area, Simon, guys.
Entry line on. My fucking man. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we always bring the NOS for TJ, and he's like, I gotta get Ghosts for Dustin today. Yeah, we'll be there. Okay, so we have been journeying around looking for Nakai and where he is doing the live RWB builds. Pretty sure this is where it's at based on all the signs and the videos that we've seen, so hopefully we can get a couple videos and shots of him doing the RWB install.
I used to be like that way back then. I was way back then. I had ways back then. the hook up. You me what you want, don't ever call me a side chick. Know what I want, girl, I'm tryna make you my chick. Hey, yo, what's up with me? Please don't confuse me. Put in my cup, I keep it for secret. I used to feel like that back. I was way back. I had back. I wanna make it the house. Tell me outside the
Oh, don't think he ever really knew me. I run quite a distance, so in some ways I'm truly different. In some ways I kept my soul. Don't think he ever really knew me. I run quite a distance, so in some ways I'm truly different.
Ran into this fine gentleman here about 2-3 years ago. Actually, it was around COVID, I think, is when he rated my car. Thankfully, he gave me a 9.5. I think the interior is what he wasn't like super like stoked on. Yeah, it's all carbon and suede now, so you might actually, I might get the 10 from you nowadays. Yeah, thanks, sir. I appreciate the 9.5. I was actually incorrect. Dakota gave me the 9.5, not Joust, but still always awesome to see them, and the fact that they used my car for a thumbnail always made me feel really good. So earlier we were kind of talking about Liberty Walk with the R35. So earlier we were talking about the Liberty Walk kits and the R35 and how I feel about those. But when it comes to Liberty Walk kits on cars like the McLarens or the Lamborghinis or Ferraris, I think they do a really, really good job of following the body lines and accenting the cars and making it look much nicer. Unlike the R35s, every single one of these kits just flows. They hug the body lines well, they accent the car really well. They just look good. This is absolutely beautiful. The color is amazing. The cuts in the wheel well are beautiful. The wheel choice looks really good. You have these carbon fiber ducts. The motor, like, look at all this. This is amazing. Good morning, guys. Today we are starting our day at Starbucks. I haven't had coffee the entire time that we've been out here, and I have been dying. There is a Starbucks in the convention center, but the line's always way too long to make it worth it. So started off early today. We're gonna get to SEMA a little late, like 20 minutes late, but for the most part, starting our morning pretty early. Got our coffee, gonna try and get as much footage and stuff. And now that it's Thursday and we're earlier in the morning, it shouldn't be as busy, so I should be able to show you more in depth all the stuff that's there. So much for starting early. We wanted to get here about 8:30 at the latest. It's currently 9:34, so not too terrible. We have been driving around for like 40 minutes. Parking is always kind of an issue to find a spot where, especially when you're bringing like the Z, that is gonna make you feel okay and comfortable leaving it there, but that's also not charging you a crazy amount. Because if you're coming every day and you're paying $60, like $40 to $60 every day for parking, it's just insane. So thankfully though, little tip for you guys, Circus, this parking lot, it's only $10 for the entire day. So even if you come for the entire week, you're still paying like the entire week to stay at this spot, the same that you would pay a day anywhere else. There is a tiny bit of walking involved. You have to walk from here to the convention center, but all things said and done, it's not that long. And for only $10, personally, I think it's worth it. Plus, like, you're in a decent spot, you know? So while I was looking at this 370 yesterday, I didn't realize that it has the Amuse kit, and it's just, again, all the carbon is absolutely beautiful. But this, like, gapping in the fender placement there, and then like this side doesn't match, and these little front pieces, personally I think the pieces that I built look a lot nicer and they flow a lot nicer with the bumper. I'm really trying to be like positive, and I don't want to be tearing other people's builds down. It's just when you come to SEMA, you expect to see certain things. Obviously, just this guy's carbon bits alone probably cost everything that like mine does. Again, it's just hard as a Z owner and somebody with a similar front bumper to see just stuff that personally I think could look a little nicer. It's harder with carbon, but again, still beautiful. Just a couple things personally I think that could be worked on. But again, please don't feel like I'm tearing this car down. It's beautifully done. Just his wheels alone are insanely expensive, with them being Rohanas and being carbon. Like, they have to cost at least double what mine did. Plus all the carbon body panels, he's definitely put a lot of money into it. It's beautiful. I would just work with whatever company that he helped build this to try and get some stuff fitted better. All right, TJ finally has the hood popped on this, so we get to see the RB in the Mustang. I don't know why he didn't have it popped to begin with, but really cool to see. Keeping that red when all the rest is like white and green is an interesting choice, but such a beautiful and like cool concept car. Sheesh, this is pretty. Air management on it. Good wheel choice. It's really nice. Crazy, because no matter how many Porsches that we've seen that have been wide-bodied here, just every time you see like a nice one, you're still just get excited, you know? Is this your favorite color?
Yes, by far.
Millennium Jade R34. Again, I love the Millennium Jade color. I think it's pretty. The white looks pretty, but Bayside Blue is just the best Skyline color in my opinion. I know it's not the rarest, it just looks the best, but obviously this too is beautiful. I will say though, I'm not sure why they chose dry carbon hood with a carbon lip. That to me is a little bit of an odd choice, but the interior looks really nice. Look how close the steering wheel is. And then they got dry carbon back here, which, I mean, the dry carbon doesn't look terrible. I think it just looked better with not being dry carbon, especially if it, you know, flowed, because the front lip's not dry carbon. But what a beauty. It's also an M-Spec NER.
It's just badges.
It's just badges? Yep. No importance, just badges. No big deal. This is cool. All this is carbon. That's crazy. On Ferrari wheels, houndstooth brown leather interior. It's got the airlift controller just mounted really nicely. This is clean. Clean trunk setup. Like the license plate, this thing's beautiful. The attention to detail, like the tint on the taillights looks really nice. The way the trunk setup flows with the interior, the fact that the roll cage is also like laid in this leather protection, and then the houndstooth, like everything just comes together. I'm not a big BMW guy, but this is super, super nice. Again, just like the caps for the struts being in carbon, as well as the lip and this piece right here. This is beautiful. Oof. Again, I'm not a yellow person, but when you see like a Skyline or a certain car in yellow, and again, that's always super crazy to me, because like every car person that I know would love to own an R34, and then here's this one, just like cracked fenders, cracked paint, like all this stuff, because it gets beat on and used as a race car. That's always just wild to me. Because if he wanted to, with this kit and everything, he could just have it as a nice show build, but instead they rip on it, and that's amazing. Ooh, and then this R33 with this purple, the purple carbon on the bottom, the Nismos, this nice little livery right here. Like really subtle, but still really nice flows with everything. Got the carbon on the wing. Beautiful. All of us are drooling over this Lexus. Super clean trunk setup. The Katanas are dope. I've thought about implementing the Katanas I have into my trunk setup somehow. I don't know how, but the way that this is done looks super clean. He's got the subs.
Barrels are too.
His taillights are etched. His barrels are etched. This rear window is etched. That's clean. Interior of the car. And then this hood engraving. Yeah, the engine bay loses points a little bit, takes away from it, but the rest of the car, super clean. Honestly, that's because you met your first fans, dude. It's awesome when people come up to you, isn't it?
That was weird.
Like, we were walking by and they were like, Jonathan, keep up the YouTube channel, bro.
I know, I was like, what? I was like, huh?
Good.
What's going on?
Like every 2 seconds, people keep stopping me for my TikToks. I'm like, dude, like I'm just a regular guy.
He's lying. He's lying.
I'm
Shut
just
up.
a regular guy. I'm just trying to enjoy SEMA like the rest of you. I appreciate the support, of course. I'm just kidding. It's always awesome when that happens. Happy for you.
The thing that's crazy about that is I don't have under 500 subs.
Yeah. The thing for me, it's like the fact that it was at SEMA that people would recognize. That's awesome. Brother, whoever is out there ripping, like that's crazy. The burn yard's not even that close to the door. Look at that, it looks like the mist outside. All right, guys, with the pile of smoke behind me, that is gonna be it for SEMA Day 3. Tomorrow's the final day. We probably won't come for the entire day just because we have a lot of shoots planned from like 3 a.m. For like pretty much the entire morning.
Corey and I are gonna cook.
I'm really excited for the shoots that we have planned for tomorrow. I think the photos are gonna come out awesome. Again, it does mean we won't be at SEMA for the entire day, so I'm probably gonna leave today's video, yesterday's video, and tomorrow all in one clip. So I'll go ahead and pick this back up when we return to SEMA for the last day. Good morning, guys. I don't think I've showed anything from yesterday at the final day at SEMA. This is mainly just because we were up from 2 a.m. yesterday to go out to the strip and to the salt flats, things like that, to take photos, and we were too dead to spend an entire day at SEMA. Me and Jonathan, anyways, ended up going for about like 2 to 3 hours. Even though there was some stuff that I had seen that I had missed the other days, there wasn't anything really too important that I felt like I needed to really show you guys or anything like that. Unfortunately, there was builds that I know were there that I didn't get to see and wanted to, so that kind of sucked. However, one thing that did happen while we were there yesterday is I finally bought something at SEMA. Specifically a new wrap. And it's pretty cool too because the lady that sold us the box of wrap was talking to Jonathan when I was out doing something else, and she's like, he looks familiar, and then she was scrolling on TikTok and realized that she had followed me, and she's actually followed me for a while on TikTok. So that makes it easier in the future if, you know, they're possibly open to working with us, that she already knows like the kind of content and stuff that I make, and that she's already been, you know, following the journey and everything. So that's awesome. With all that being said though, it's time to load the Z back up on the trailer and have our 8-hour journey back home. SEMA this year was awesome. I met a bunch of new people that I hadn't known previously and ran into old friends like Jarek and Paulie. TJ, saw him again, of course, and all the other like big YouTubers that we sat and talked to that you guys saw. And then I'm also working on a video for my 350 of everything that we did out here with that, including, you know, going to the meets, going to the salt flats this morning, going to the strip, all that stuff, because the footage and the videos that we got were amazing from there, and I'm so excited to edit that video and put it out for you guys and just share the after SEMA journey with you guys that we also experienced while we were here. With all that being said, make sure you are subscribed. Please drop a like, drop a comment, let me know what your favorite build was from SEMA this year, what build you just didn't like. It doesn't have to be from my videos, TikTok, anything like that. I appreciate every one of you. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.